Interview Ninja Step 15, based on Session 3 of the Corbin Dialogues. Watching a YouTube video, Part 2 of 2.
And we're running low on battery, so it might stop any minute.
Are we back up?
Back up.
Do you know what? I'm not going to make any interruptions for the next 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay.
It was absolutely fascinating, and everything I did there just really made me want to continue my research and be successful in getting a place at medical school.
When we see a CV, if somebody has work experience, even if it's...
Here's the last thing. I am going to interrupt for one reason only, and that is these videos are sponsored by businesses of one sort or another. So as you look at each shot in almost embarrassingly large letters, each shot of this video has a different sponsor pushing into your face, hey, we're here, we're helping you learn. Okay, now I hope that will be my last interruption.
I just want to save all your interruptions and the movie itself.
Yeah, because they're real.
Which is free. It certainly goes a long way for us to look at the CV a little bit harder.
We're really looking for a student who has undertaken work experience, not just so they're just ticking a box to show us they've done it, but they can really demonstrate to us what they've learned, what they've gained, how they've reflected on their experiences, and it's given them an insight into that profession.
So apart from treating patients, Harry, what do you think being a doctor is going to entail?
Well, it's a lot of paperwork, obviously. Not really looking forward to that at all, to be honest. I think it's a bit of a faff. But, yeah, there is a bedside manner part as well, I suppose, you've got to be able to talk.
Worst thing that we've seen at interview is negative language. The right attitude is key. We're looking for somebody who's enthusiastic, who's positive, who's willing to learn, who's got the, who can prove they've got the good organisational skills, the good communication skills.
This is a relatively good YouTube video, and yet in the last 17 seconds that lady listed 5 really important soft skills. Could you remember them now, what they are? Let's play it again, only more slowly, and try to list them down as she speaks.
Worst thing that we've seen at interview is negative language. The right attitude is key. We're looking for somebody who's enthusiastic, who's positive, who's willing to learn, who's got the, who can prove they've got the good organisational skills, the good communication skills.
There was even a which is typical of a pause that people make while they're thinking. The bottom line is, this is typical of what you see with videos, even good videos like this one. People trot out lists of things, and you'll see it later on in this video. And yet we have not found anything on YouTube where these skills are provided. You can get them, and Stanford, for example, runs a course. But that course goes for 5 days and it costs $16,000. It's called Interpersonal Dynamics for high-performance executives. But you need it now. Don't wait to be a high-performance executive. If you want to live a fulfilled life, those kinds of skills are what we at the IPL believe you would do well to find out about and learn. So that's why we produce these courses, so that you will be able to have all those attributes and soft skills that the lady was talking about. Here's a short introduction to a course called WorkSpeak. You won't be able to find it on the web yet, but we will provide a link at the end of this particular Step 15 video, which will at least take you into a rather longer introduction. Conversation can be one of your superpowers, but as you can see from the slide above, it's a highly complex subject, and it's not our intention here to go into it in any detail.
Keep up to date with the constantly changing and evolving field that you are in. You also have to be an excellent communicator with your team and also with the patients.
If a student's very clever when they're actually writing their personal statement, they could be scripting their own interview. Most of the questions they're going to be asked, particularly initially, are going to be based around information they've put in that statement. So if someone is unable to actually expand on questions, there's going to be real concerns that...
I do need to capture that. When we talked earlier about agendas, what this lady is saying, and it's absolutely right, is your CV, your curriculum vitae, or I think she called it a personal statement, is in effect the agenda for the meeting. Okay, they may have an additional agenda, but your CV, and I'll go into tough
Your
mode.
agenda, yeah.
I'm going into tough mode.
Before I go into tough mode, this is a good point at which to mention another interview technique called STAR, S-T-A-R, and that stands for situation, task, action, result. You can see lots on YouTube about it, and it's good stuff. I recommend you learn it. If you're in selling, then there's an equivalent of that called SPIN, which is situation, problem, implication, need. They're both great techniques and they're very easily acquired, and you should practice describing just such a thing, a situation you faced, the task that you set for yourself or someone set for you, the actions that you took, and the results. It's a great way to communicate your work experience or any other experience you have, and it's what interviewers are used to. Another aspect of practicing STAR is how long an answer do you want to give? Is it maybe a 5-second answer or a 30-second answer? So practice describing the situation, the task, the action and the result at different speeds, and so that you can talk for as long as you feel they are interested. Remember, very often short answers are better than long answers because you only have so much time in which to communicate with them what you're all about and why you want that particular job or activity or to get into that university. Timing, your timing, is crucial.
Did you get my call asking you to bring your CV?
No.
You didn't get it? Do you not check your emails or your voicemails?
I always check my voicemails. I didn't get a call.
Well, I left you a call.
Didn't come through. Maybe you got the incorrect number. I'm not sure. But I didn't receive it.
Okay, well, next time...
Did you actually send me one, or is this just tough grade?
No. This is me in real world.
I don't know whether it's...
I called you up. I asked you to bring your CV.
I honestly didn't receive a call.
Can you bring your CV next time?
I can bring my CV next time, absolutely.
And do you know why I asked you to bring it now?
So we could look at my agenda that I've written for myself?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm serious. I want you to bring your CV.
I didn't know whether you
or
had just
email
got
it to
tough
me.
mode to see how I...
Well, I'm doing that as well. Yeah, because we have limited time.
I didn't bring a CV. I honestly didn't get a call or a message that said to bring
We're
a CV.
looking about a video about... What's this video about?
Interviews.
Okay, interviews can be...
Tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I understand that you tried to grill me, but I didn't realise.
I'm throwing that in there.
I follow.
But in the real world, I want to see your CV.
But in reality, did you actually call me and ask one?
Yes.
Okay, well, I didn't get that. I honestly didn't get that.
Okay, fine.
Wait, let me... Unless I didn't. I do have to leave in a minute.
Yep.
Yeah, let's watch 2 more minutes.
Did they really undertake that experience?
What steps have you taken to really find out that you want to be a doctor?
I've done a lot of work experience in volunteer work.
Vague answers are the same as no answer, really. You're not giving anything. The interviewer is spending time to understand you, your motivations. They want to get to know you better and therefore see what your potential is. If you just give a vague answer, it's very difficult for them to make that judgment.
It's really important to expand on your answers. The interview is the time to sell yourself, really.
In those last 2 minutes, the two ladies spoke about vagueness. What does that mean? Your motivations, so they can understand them. What does that mean? Know you better. What does that mean? See what your potential is. Potential to do what? Your chance to sell yourself. What does that mean? You will get such advice all the time, but it is valueless if you cannot act upon it. These Interview Ninja videos are probably the only place where you will find practical advice. Better still, you can invest the time and join Corbin on his journey as he discovers the real meaning of all those words like motivation and showing your potential.
Okay, Harry, moving on to more of an ethical question. Do you think NHS...
So one thing, because I can't resist it, I can't help it. If you look at this guy's dress, the tie is significant because interviewers, especially in the world of KPMG, what tie you wear and whether the tie has a kind of branding to it is important, okay? And I have bought my old school tie. I didn't buy it for 30 years or more, but I actually went to a school called, here we go, promo, Manchester Grammar School. Best school in the UK, most academic school, most challenging school. And I used to play squash for the county. And again, I used to have a county tie that said I'm a county squash player for Kent. Everybody that goes to a private school where your parents pay tens of thousands of pounds, there's a tie. If you're in a military regiment, there's a tie. So when and we're talking about this thing here, a tie.
Yeah, no, I know what a tie is. Yeah.
Yeah. So ties are significant in interviews in terms of that guy's the actor has chosen to use that tie as significant. Now, a reality
it wouldn't
is...
surprise me if this was an actual man that does interview that had got together with this.
I think you're right.
University.
Because I agree with you.
I wouldn't trust the tie an actor chose because I wouldn't think that an actor would be aware of those things.
Yes.
So I'd say that
he's
actual
real.
tie is a significant tie to this actual man who's actually doing.
He's real.
Yeah.
He's real in every respect. Actually, you can judge him as being real. To me, as an experienced person, I'd also note that. Do you see the red pen? He's a guy that is used to capturing in an interview the really, really significant points, and therefore he uses a red pen. Do you see this lady? What colour's her pen?
It's just a black pen.
Yeah, so she's just used to capturing a bunch of stuff. So you could read from the colours of the pens which is the more senior person and whose decision counts for more. Okay? Now, that's a level of subtlety.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we save that because that's...
You and I know that is going too far and making a lot of assumptions. But the real point is about being observant and using Gestalt Observation. You have to decide what is significant in any given setup for an interview or any other kind of meeting. Restaurants and shops spend a lot of time and money on getting the scene right. I thought about what is the best scene for these different videos. The key point is for you to become conscious of all the aspects around you that seek to influence and modify your behaviour, and then question their purpose. Are they there to empower them? Is it a neutral environment? Or are they there to encourage you to speak more freely?